Yeah, everyone, welcome back to the ComicCom Podcast. It's your boy Manimal. We're here for episode 25. Like always, I'm here with my boy Justin, aka Nemesis Prime. What's up, Justin?
Yo, what's up, Zach? Episode 25. We hit a quarter of a century. Really excited about this show. And thanks to everyone supporting ComicCom Podcast, whether it's on Spotify, Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, or Apple iTunes. We got a really special guest with us on our 25th episode. So, Zach, who do we got this week?
Yeah, man, we got someone from the community that's we've known for, years throughout the community, reposts our stuff, follows us. We follow him. Great guy in the community. We got J2amir3z, aka J2amir3z. You can find him on Instagram. You can also find him on YouTube from the Low Grades. What's up, Josh?
Yo, fucking congrats on 25 episodes, man. I love it.
Appreciate it, man.
It's badass.
So I just found out also off camera, which we had to stop conversations like we always do, but Josh is a fellow Texan, which is not always nice down here. To finally, I feel like there's only like 5 of us maybe down in Texas that are in like the community. Everyone else are these assholes on the East Coast or the West Coast with all the shops and all the books, and it sucks, man. How is it in Austin?
Austin is beautiful. Austin is fun, but Austin is changing, and you're absolutely right. I do feel like there are certain Lone Rangers from Texas that are in the community. A lot of them are from East or West or way up north. But Austin is different, but it is home. So
what's the comic book community like in Austin? Like, you guys, a lot of shops. How is it down there?
It's good. It's not as big as I'd say it can be, but it's great. We do have a few awesome shops, homegrown shops. Bat City Comics is my go-to with my pools. I'm very good friends with the owners there. They're a nonprofit. So what they do is 100% of the proceeds go pretty much back into the community and help develop programs and reading apps for kids. Awesome. They also hand out tuition, many tuitions for kids that are graduating from high school in the literature arts or even art in general to go to college, and they pay for that. So I have no problem spending my hard-earned money in there because I know it's actually going back to something fucking positive, and that's super cool to me.
That's cool, man. So I have to ask, as I was watching you talk right now, so you're in Austin, but you've got a lot of Chicago memorabilia behind you. What's the deal with that, dude?
Born in '87, grew up in the '90s, so I got to watch the greatest
Jordan fan.
Big Jordan big Jordan fan, big Bulls fan, like
Gotcha.
The whole squad in general. You know what I mean? It was the perfect time. I'm a Bulls fan and a Cowboys fan, and during that time, they were winning all the championships, so it's kind of just stuck with me there.
Nice. Okay. Cool, man. Well, it's good to have you on here. Obviously, this is the community section. This is when we always like to have people from the community. Last week, we had an independent publisher on here. But, it's always good to have like the guys that we chat with and that are in the community. And plus, we like to talk about drama. So I've heard,
oh boy,
you got a little drama going on. It's been a while since we've gotten into any drama. So, I'm kind of excited about this.
I guess you could say I had some drama.
Okay.
It's not anything current. I've kind of done my best to, I'm blocked. So at that same time, I don't go looking for the drama, but sometimes drama just happens to land on my doorstep and I'll answer the door. You know what I mean? Right. So yeah, pretty much I was involved with some stuff. I used to be on an older channel that everyone may or may not be familiar with, the now Dream of August Media, which it used to be Dream of August Comics. And I got the boot because I'm not anyone's yes man. So pretty much got the boot for speaking up.
Well, you were definitely in perfect company because you're also talking to 2 people who got boots or left groups as well, so we definitely understand that.
I know a little bit about it, you know what I mean? I don't know the extensive details involved with what happened on your guys' end, but I am familiar with it, and I guess this is the ComicCom Boot Podcast.
Yeah, three of a kind right now. This is really good. So, if anybody's listening, of course, we're talking about Johnny Rosado, who was your partner in crime, similar to how
I'm just kidding.
I think Johnny Rosado is his name. Not familiar. So yeah, he's and it's really funny. He's somebody in the community who I do know about. Same thing with his Dream of August Media, or Dream of August Comics. And it's very interesting is he was someone who I was following and he was following me. And then randomly, he actually blocked me. I have no idea why, because and I didn't know, because he started having my old crew, 3 Men in a Basement, on his channel. And I didn't know that they were on it until someone in a group chat sent me my boy Dave in a Cave, that he was on there, like his origin story. And I couldn't find it anywhere on Instagram. And then I went on the ComicCom Podcast Instagram account, and he even blocked the Instagram account for our podcast. So it's like, wow. What did we do to Johnny? Like,
so I'm creeping on Instagram right now, and the name's familiar, Johnny Rosato, but I don't know who that is really. Like, I mean, maybe I followed him. I have definitely been blocked from Dream of August Media. It's not here, not showing up. I don't even know who this is.
Yeah, fuck, it's
there's some stuff that went down. So, I guess let's kind of get, how long were you on the channel, and then kind of what went down with it. And even you were telling me some stuff more recently that went on with him too.
Right. I was on the channel for a month, maybe 2 months, given the fact that I also only knew Johnny Rosato for about 2 weeks before I got on the channel. I had hopped on before I even got involved with YouTube. I had jumped on the Brother Sparks channel. He does his FOCs on Sundays, and he dropped a link, and I was like, I'm not doing anything else. I'm just sitting here bagging and boarding. Let me just hop on. Why not? Right. And I was approached by Mr. Rosato, who said, hey, I think you'd be awesome as a co-host. Like, let's talk. I was debating joining YouTube at that time. So, of course, I reached out to him. We spoke. It all seems fun at the very beginning. It all seems cool. Where my mistake was, I wish I would have taken the time to get to know him a bit more. And I didn't do that. I fed off the excitement of like, you know what? Yeah, let's start a channel. I'm down. I've been contemplating YouTube. So we made it happen. Now, I can say anyone who's in my position, I didn't fully have all the equipment. So when you have someone say, hey, don't worry, I'm going to buy your mic. I'm going to buy your camera. Ooh. Okay. Wow. I didn't ask you to, never asked you to, didn't ask you for any favors. Cool. Hey, as a sign-on bonus, here's a Tomb of Dracula 12 CGC 8.5. Cool. All right. Never asked for it. Never.
This already sounds better than my experience.
Yeah, like never
I
asked
never received any
it.
free shit.
Oh, no exclusive variants?
Yeah,
oh, I'm just kidding. But so I hopped on the channel, and he was asking me for ideas, in which I formed the writer's block and the artist spotlight, which he still uses on his channel, which was cool. Our first major interview, I guess, was with Sean Phillips from That Texas Blood, the artist from That Texas Blood. Did I say Sean Phillips? Jacob Phillips. Sorry, that's his father, Sean Phillips.
Okay.
So things were going smooth, and he would apologize to me like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm making all the thumbnails. I'm just really excited. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm like, all right, that's cool. But the following day would come back to me, well, hey, why aren't you doing more for the channel? I'm like, dude, you just apologized for me for moving too fast and doing everything. So if you're fine with doing it all, have at it. It's your channel.
Right.
He was wondering how I was booking artists and publishers and things of that nature. And I was like, well, just reaching out to them on Instagram. He goes, well, what are you saying? I was like, well, what's up? I'm J2. I really dig your work. I'm part of this channel if you want to be featured on it.
I speak like a normal human.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And he's like, no, that's not going to work. I'm like, well, I don't understand. I've already got us. I got us Roman Perez. I got us Jacob Phillips. What's not working? He goes, here, use this. And he copies and pastes and sends me a message that says, hello. Good afternoon. I am Joshua Ramirez, a representative of Dream of August Comics, and we'd be more than ecstatic to have a feature of you on our. And I'm like, all right, bro, no, that's not how I fucking talk, dude. I'm not gonna do this. Like, I
love this already.
Yeah, like I can't do that. That's not who I am. And those, I've been on Instagram for a while, and a lot of folks know that. That's not fucking J2. That's not how he talks. If I want to get on Instagram and say fuck you or use the word ain't, that's what I'm gonna do. Like, that's just who I am. And he really wasn't too thrilled about it. So then we're just recording. And I think he gets caught up in the excitement of recording because he was locking us in at like 2 or 3 videos a day, 4 days out of the week.
Sounds familiar from another person.
And I'm like, dude, I can't, like, I work a full-time job. I'm a single father. Like, you know what I mean? I have things I got to do. And he was worried about content. So, okay, let me take it back. I must have been on the channel for 2 to 3 months. And he was worried about me missing videos because I was like, I can't make them all. And he goes, well, that's fine. I mean, we already have 2 months of pre-recorded content anyway. So what the hell are you worried about? Like not putting, we have 2 months pre-recorded and you're jumping on my case because I missed a video, mind you, over Easter weekend. Like that's the biggest, one of the biggest family holidays ever, like next to Christmas and all that other stuff. And my daughter, my family, all of that is way more important than any YouTube or any Instagram or any of that. You know,
this is just for fun. It's a hobby.
Right. Yeah. Our biggest issue was when I came up with he had approached me through Instagram message and he said, hey, did you notice our views are down? I was like, no, I don't pay attention to that shit. I'm not in this for the views. I'm just having fun. He goes, yeah, our viewership has gone down. Why do you think that is? I was like, well, maybe we're just dropping too much content and people are playing catch up to go back. They haven't finished watching the first video when we already have 5 videos out. I mean, I kind of described it to him like the music game. A rapper drops a mixtape and he lets that CD or that album or mixtape resonate with its fans for a while and they listen to it and then they drop other stuff, you know? And he's like, what did he say? Where's the evidence to support the thesis that you've claimed? And I'm like, dude, this ain't the courtroom. This isn't legal talk. Like, talk to me like fucking regular. And he goes, well, I don't understand how you created such a hypothesis. I'm like, dude, what the fuck are you saying? Like, no hypothesis, no nothing. I'm just giving you an example of maybe why I think viewership went down. So he said, we're going to announce it to our fans on Instagram and we're going to find out if you're right or you're wrong. It's like, dude, I'm not trying to be right or wrong. You asked why I thought what the issue was, and I told you I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I'm just giving you my thoughts. And they're not fans, they're our friends. So what if they're the audience or whatever? I mean, we have communication, we have relationships with these people. They're not fans to me, or they may be an audience, but they're my friends ultimately, you know? And I told him it wasn't a good idea. And he followed with, well, I've already made the executive decision for both of us. Like, dude, nobody makes decisions for me. Like, I'm 33-year-old man. Nobody's going to fucking speak for me. Nobody's going to tell me what I can and can't do. So he didn't like that. I reached out to a good friend of mine whom y'all have had on here before. And I was like, yo, dude, I feel like fucking Tupac stuck on death row, bro. Like, I'm forced to be here and I don't want to be here, but I kind of have to be here at the moment. I told Johnny I'm pissed off in a message. I said, look, dude, I'm mad. Excuse me, fellas. I'm mad and we'll talk about this Monday. This was a Thursday. He hit me up Friday. Said, hey, check out these lyrics to a song. I think I want to make a track with one of my good friends. I was like, yeah, that's cool. Do you? Real short, sweet, and simple. He goes, all right, I look forward to talking to you on Monday, man. We can clear the air. Thumbs up. Cool, bro. I'm down. I hit him on Monday. Yo, what's up, man? Yeah, you're done. You're off the channel. And I was like, oh, where's the conversation? I tried to talk to you. You don't know how to talk like a man. And I was like, dude, I went against your grain and you didn't like that. I didn't do everything you wanted me to do and it pissed you off. So how about you let your balls drop and let's fucking talk and air this out? Or there's nothing else to say. And he's like, look at you, you're insulting me. How dare you do such a preposterous thing and blah, blah, blah. We need to keep it professional. So here, post this on your Instagram. And he sends me another copy and paste. My name is J2. I would like to formally announce that I'm departing from the channel, blah, blah, blah. Wow. And I'm like, fuck.
Where's the contract, man?
Yeah. And no, yeah, he told me I was fired. And I was like,
did you ever get paid?
No.
How do you fire someone without getting paid?
How do you fire someone without even applying?
Yeah, that's very true.
Like, you hit me up, dude.
Yeah.
So how long ago
chilling.
was this?
It was a couple months ago, dude. So I would make little subliminal like shots on the low grades. I was like, yeah, man, that shit's DOA, dead on arrival.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and certain folks knew what I was talking about. The thing that pushed me over the edge where I was like, all right, fuck that, was I'm not aggressive, but I also don't shy away from shit, right? Like, I'm willing to speak. Well, I got hit up by a homie and they sent me a screenshot. They were like, yo, this is what Johnny said. Like, this is what he just posted. Apparently, he made a claim saying someone from within the community reached out to a member of his family and started threatening them, and that he would take precautionary actions to see that it doesn't happen again and my family's off limits. Mind you, what Johnny didn't know, the night before, I was on a live stream.
Mm-hmm.
So I had more than a few folks. We were backstage. We just got done with the live stream. I checked my Instagram, and I had got a friend request from a woman whom I don't know, no mutual friends. And in the comic community, everybody kind of knows everyone. You know, everyone has that circle, that group. And how we are here with the backstage, I showed my phone to more than a few folks that everyone here on this screen knows as well. I said, hey, do y'all know who this is? She just sent me a friend request.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody said no. I was like, okay, that's strange. I started doing my little Detective Comics research, and I go to his YouTube channel and I see that same lady commenting on his videos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of the success you've done. Keep it going. Whoop de whoop wah. And I immediately block her. So I had 5 people backstage who saw me block her when I said, yo, this is such and such.
Right.
And everyone was like, oh, dude, fuck that. She's spying on you, whatever.
Or it's a burner account.
Or yeah, very true. So the very next morning, I woke up with a message and a screenshot that allegedly I was threatening his family. I don't have anything to gain by doing that.
Right.
And I kept trying to reach out to Johnny to talk to him, but he blocked me. So he tucked his tail and ran. So
there's so much of the story that resonates with me. Like, so many levels, man. On so many levels. This is like, it's like a microcosm of
this is a
what
Texas
happened with me
thing.
as well.
Like, usually it's an East Coast person on here, and I know a lot of things. But this feels like a Texas thing.
Oh man, maybe I don't know. Is he from Texas?
He's in Texas, yeah.
Ooh.
And he's in Texas, and I've made comments on other streams like, yes, Texas is a big state, but a lot of folks from Texas go to the same cons, and it'd probably be best to stay out of my fucking lane if we run into each other at a con, because there will be no discussion. It'll be some baby powder and an open hand. You know what I mean?
Have you guys ever met in person, or is it all
no?
Like this,
we've
kind of
never
thing?
met in person.
Okay.
Yeah, simply like this. We've never met. I hope we don't meet. I'm trying to be professional, I guess.
Yeah, who cares? I mean, that's what people say. You know, like, be professional, but professional, it means you're getting paid, that you're part of a profession. This isn't a profession. This is a hobby. You're not receiving any money, like you said. How do you get fired from something that you did not apply for, that you didn't receive any compensation for, and then you're expected, or they want you to be professional and keep it all on the low because it matters to them. But the thing is like, why does it matter? Why should it matter to me? It doesn't matter to me. You treated me like shit. So
yeah, I get that. And back to your whole, like, why keep it professional? And I feel that because Johnny was very like, well, let's keep it professional. But yet you're like making up blatant lies that I threaten your family. And that same day, coincidentally, I was unblocked on Instagram. So I messaged him and I said, dude, sell your fucking wolf tickets to someone else. You know damn well nobody fucking threatened your family, dude. Everybody in this community already knows about you. Take that shit somewhere else, dude. Never responded. And there was people commenting on him saying, well, hey, show us the messages. Let's see it. Show the proof. And he would turn around and tell them, oh, well, he's blocked me. I can't. I've tried to reach out to him. Not once did he ever fucking try to reach out to me, dude. Not once.
I don't block anyone, man. Any pussy who blocks me.
Yeah, why? You know,
if you're blocking someone, it's because you probably did something wrong. The only time I feel like you can block someone is if like someone is just like harassing you, right? And it's just like some troll. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I'm blocking a troll. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy, man. Wow.
So kind of you brought up a really good two really good topics, and this is something that is actually perfect for our listeners is people to know people in the comic book podcasting, whether you're beginning a channel or you want to join on a channel, you know, definitely get to know the person. Like Zach and I, we didn't know each other. Like I knew his previous channel and he knew my previous channel. We never talked at all. You know, we were on Lords and Longbox together for a year. Obviously, you know, we were both off of our other channels, and him and I just had a great connection. You know, we always went back and forth, like talking, you know, we liked what we read. It was always a real good connection on Lords. We had, you know, other conversations just about life in general. And, you know, how this came about, this was like a 2-month process, you know, between me and Zach. And that's really what it is. If anybody's out there listening, is get to know the person if you really want to partner up with someone. You know, like I get it. Like 100%. You were with him for like 2 weeks or not even a month. And it's just like, hey, you want to jump on board? That's crazy, because you want to make sure that you're both in it to have fun and that you both have an understanding of like what's going on. And even outside of it, like your personal lives, like you have to have your own personal life and you want to have fun with this. And it has to be mutual across the board.
Oh, definitely. He was very like, oh, hey, don't say that. Oh, don't say this. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? What's wrong with saying fuck you? Like, I mean, that it is what it is. There was like, if you guys had like 2 hours to spare on this episode, trust me, you'd get the whole fucking story. Like that's not even, you know, I found out so much shit after I left. Apparently I wasn't the first person he approached to be a co-host. Apparently he was hitting everyone up before he got to me, folks that are already established with different channels that we're very familiar with. And
so kind of like going through the list, basically.
Going through the list. Yeah. It's kind of funny and coincidental that the day I get blocked, the very next day, he already had a brand new logo set for himself. So then my friend was like, yo, do you think he kind of used your Instagram and who you are to kind of put him in that position? I was like, fuck, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. Maybe. I really don't know, because I don't know the guy, you know? But once folks found out we split, more than a handful of people were like, dude, I gave that shit a 20% chance of working out. And more than a handful of people were like, we only watched because of you. And I mean,
that's understandable. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
I'm cruising through looking at like the thumbnails for his pictures, and now I definitely see why I'm blocked. Apparently there's a how to succeed on YouTube video with Gem Mint on there. And he must have learned from that. It's the strategy of find a co-host, use co-host, and grow your channel with co-host, and then piss off co-host. And for me, I left. I didn't get kicked off. I was like, yo, I'm done with this shit. And I left. And then pretend co-host didn't exist. That's the Gem Mint strategy.
Oh, dude, he's taken all my videos down other than 2.
Oh, yeah.
Just with the Roman Pettis interview and the Jacob Phillips interview. My origin story is gone and all things of that nature. But if you go back and look, my videos are the only videos with the most views on his whole page. And it's not to like toot my own horn or anything. It's just like, a lot of folks with him can tell it's an act. All right, guys, here I am, Johnny. Like dude, I just fucking come and be who I am, you know?
So it was funny, like Justin was kind of giving me the rundown a little bit on the drama in here, and he was telling me like, oh yeah, I'm blocked, or the ComicCom podcast is blocked. And I was like, damn, man, like I was pretty like excited to hear some drama, but now I didn't know I was actually a part of it. But blocking me, like blocking the ComicCom podcast, blocking my personal IG, like, okay, well now apparently I'm part of the war too. Like I didn't even do shit. I didn't even know the dude existed. And so it's like,
I thought I was blocked by myself. I had no idea you guys were blocked at all. So this is a ComicCom podcast exclusive to me. So
yeah, well, way to create enemies, I guess.
Is it because of the whole 3 men in the basement thing? Like, what's?
I have no idea. I was actually, when I found out about him having like the other guys on from Three Men and my boy Dave, who lives here in New Jersey. I was at my local comic shop, and the owner I'm friends with, he has Instagram, and I said, hey, can you just check and see if this account is real? And like he typed it in and it popped right up, and I'm like, okay, so I know the account is real. I'm like, why can't I find it on mine? Because then that means you're blocked because it says user not found. And the same thing with the ComicCom podcast. You know, I switched over on my phone to the other account, couldn't find it. And I'm like, okay, that's very odd that, you know, someone out there is going, you know, out of their way to block somebody. It's not like we had any issues. Not that I'm aware of. I didn't think I said anything or even had any conversations with him. But the fact that people go out of their way to block other people, and like Zach said, I don't block anybody unless it's either spam that people are commenting on, or people like maybe threaten something. That's the only way that you're getting blocked. Like if I looked at my blocked list on Instagram, it's probably less than 25, and all of them are like Russian models who are not real.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah, exactly. I wouldn't block anyone who tried to like troll me, because I'd be like, okay, here we go. And this could be kind of fun. Like I probably would like comment back and delve into it. But yeah, dude, I don't know. Blocking people is just fucking children, bro.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like, as you guys said, I don't block anyone unless it's spam or just trolls or whatever. Although I've never really gone through any issues with any trolls. Yeah. A lot of it is spam or like if I just genuinely, if I get a request from someone and we have no mutual friends, you have no comics on your shit, I'm like, all right, you're blocked. Like, what are you following me for? But you guys should have seen it. Like, once he found out that I don't have history with Jim Mint, but we all come from the Instagram days.
Yeah.
You know, before YouTube, before all that. Oh my God, you know Jim Mint? Oh shit, dude, you know Jim Mint? I'm like, I mean, I know the name. I've heard of the guy. I don't really we don't talk on a daily basis. He's done raffles, but do you think you can get him on? Ask him, please ask him. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to go ask anyone to come on the channel. And there were a few times where Johnny Rosado asked a handful of people to come on part of the origin story, and they told him straight up no. Just because there's no authenticity in the channel. He's following trends or doing what's hot. Like the fluidity between you, Manimal, and Nemesis. It's amazing. You feel the authenticity. It's organic. It's real. There's no act with you guys. Everything like on the Lords of the Long Box. If you want to give Donny Cates a big fuck you, that's what y'all do because it's real. That's who y'all are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
The Dream of August Media transpired into a pop culture club and this and that and video games and the next. Like, he's just following trends of what's hot. He's not doing what I guess he should be doing or what's real, you know?
Man. Oh, Jesus, there's so much to say, and it's like I would love to pull back the curtain and just show you. It's like Gem Mint is like the Wizard of Oz. Okay, it's literally like the Wizard of Oz. I could pull back the curtain and tell you the truth and tell you everything that you would see behind that curtain, and you would be blown away. But it doesn't. I mean, even that, you know, like you're saying, follow the trends, bro. Jem got into pops and was collecting them like crazy, like right about the time when I left, and only talked trash on pops for years, talked trash on pops. And then all of a sudden was picking them up for, you know, the views and whatnot for the channel. And I was just like, bro, that's so fake, man. It's so fake. Like, you aren't interested in this. You were doing it for the views and then lost interest. The views weren't there. Stop doing it. So I'm like, I'm just not about that, dude. I'm not going to pretend to like something for views and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so where's the NFT videos?
The NFT videos,
NFTs. You know, like the.
He was trying to have us like do interviews, and Johnny, not Jim or nothing, but he was trying to have us do interviews with artists and writers whom we both had never even read the book. But because it's the hot book and we have to do it. And I'm like, bro, no, I don't know shit about that book. What do you want me to say? What should I ask?
Right.
Well, do your research how you did it on Jacob Phillips. I'm like, well, that's the thing, dude. I fucking love that Texas Blood. So I can talk that book and I can talk about his artwork and all of that. It's hard for me to play pretend. You know what I mean? I'm not good at doing that.
I'm getting all fired up. This is like, this definitely could be a whole hour episode, or if not more. Like, I mean, just. Wow.
Oh, dude, y'all should. My buddy and I recorded a podcast last night, which was also going to come out Friday, but we didn't want to. This one would be coming out Friday as well, so we didn't want to double dip on the same day, so we dropped ours earlier. And the title of that one is "A Big Fuck You with Peace and Love." And although we don't necessarily talk about the DOA situation, there are more than a few name drops, and there is a lot to do with like just the comic community in general and where it's at and where it's headed. So it's pretty fun.
And what's the name of the podcast that people can listen to?
Yeah,
it's exclusively on SoundCloud, as I like to say, to make us sound fucking cool. It is the Two Stoned for Pop Culture podcast.
Is it spelled out 2 or the number 2?
Number 2 Stone, the number 4 Pop Culture podcast. It's fun. It's new. You guys kind of inspired it as well. I mention you guys a lot when my buddy High on Comics and I are speaking. I don't do a lot of drinking. I partake in my medicines, my therapeutic medication. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's definitely. Cool, and I'm sure you know the difference between doing video like on YouTube and then doing a podcast like this. Like it's totally. We have a lot more fun. I'm sure when you're reposting our stuff. We always see you're driving in your car, you're listening to us, and that's what we always loved about the podcasting. Nothing against the people in YouTube. I still jump on YouTube channels. We do Lords every week. We do the auctions. I jump 100%. On, Comic Man Andy, Skiff's Comic Knowledge, any of the guys who else want to have me on or Zach on. Like, it's still fun, but I love the podcast format because I could be anywhere listening to this.
Great. Oh, it's perfect, dude. When I'm on the road a lot for work, so I have my routes. I drive, I deliver pallets. You know what I mean? By the pallet loads of product, and it's great. I look forward to it. It gives me something to listen to, and I enjoy it. I genuinely enjoy it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Especially when it is informative, and you guys know what y'all are talking about, and it's real. It's not an act. You know what I mean?
Pre-recorded, like it's like I'm talking, and then it's pre-recorded for Zach to talk, and then back to me,
right,
back and forth, like some channels do on their top 10 lists.
Yeah, I've honestly never been, and same thing. Let me preface this by kind of reiterating what Justin said. Like, I love being on YouTube. I love being on like other people's videos and stuff, and it's fun. More the live chats, honestly, and even back in my prior days on YouTube, the live shows were always my favorite. There's more human interaction. It's more real. But yeah, it's fun to be on there, mainly because I get to see, it's almost like these people. Like Justin, I met Justin for the first time, 2 months ago, after knowing him for years. That
was an awesome episode too. So.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm going down a tangent here, but like the podcast, I never watch YouTube, dude. Never. There's probably like 2 channels that I really watch. I watch Near Mint Condition because I like to see what's coming out, collected edition stuff, and he's great. The Omni Bros. He talks about all the collected edition like omnibuses and stuff. So I'll check out his videos, see what's dropping. But other than that, dude, like I don't have time to sit there with the screen in front of me and watch. That's why I like podcasts as well. And it's just like at the gym, you can listen to it while, like you said, like while you're driving, whatever you're doing, cleaning up your yard, you listen to it. So
man, I'm only able to catch up on certain YouTube channels, I guess, in the form of a podcast. I hook up the Bluetooth to my work truck while I'm driving, and I put it off to the side and listen to it. But I'm with you, Zach. Like it's like Lords of the Long Box, Spine Ticks, Sparks, and Newbie, and like that's really about it. Other than when you guys as well do y'all's, not annual, but monthly little live shows and things of that nature. But I don't have the time to like just sit there and, all right, let me go to this channel. Let me do this channel. This channel.
Right.
Fuck, dude, I got a life. I'm reading comics.
That's the biggest thing too. It's like, I love comics. I've always loved comics. I love talking comics. That's why we do this. That's why I've even got into this whole thing in general. Was I had found someone I thought was a friend who talked comics like I talked comics, and I was fucking excited about it. But I have a life, man. I'm newly married. I've got a busy job. I still want to go out to the bars and drink with my friends. I want to go on adventures. Like this, you can't let this shit take over your life, bro. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
So
maybe that's cool, why. Maybe that's why he took a break.
Yeah,
I don't know. All right. don't wish bad upon anyone. So for whatever reason why he took a break, hey, get your shit figured out. I hope all is well. But at the same time, like, add some authenticity to your shit, dude. Don't ride people's coattails just to get fucking recognized. Right. Like, who gives a fuck about views? Who gives a fuck? Dude, he had a goal for us to have like 5,000 subscribers within like 3 months. And I'm like, no, that's not going to fucking happen, bro. Like, I can promise you that's not going to happen.
You better have the inside track somewhere for that to happen.
It's just so strange y'all are blocked and y'all never really even had those certified like interactions with him.
Nope.
No, dude, never. I mean, the name sounds familiar from maybe like the live shows I used to do. Like when Justin said the name, I was like, okay, I think I know who that is, but I don't follow him on like Instagram. I mean, I'm not as active as I probably should be on Instagram as well. Right. Justin probably gets super frustrated with me in terms of my lack of like promotion and stuff. It's just not really, I've never been my strong suit. But yeah, dude, no. And then to find out I'm blocked for no reason, except maybe clout. Maybe be like, oh yeah, Jem, I blocked the Manimal. Can we be friends now?
It could be. It very well could be. I mean, he blocked. I mean, now that I know he blocked y'all, but there's a few other folks that I'm not gonna name drop or anything, but there are some folks that we all know, including y'all, that are nice and big, not big on the YouTube, but well known, have a reputation on YouTube that were blocked for just, oh, you're cool with J2. I don't want shit to do with you. You know what I mean? And then turns around and like go blocks that dude's girlfriend. What the fuck did she do? Like, I don't get it, dude.
You ain't gonna get 5,000 subs that way if you keep blocking people willy-nilly.
I don't know, man. I don't know about him.
Huh.
That's funny.
Well, that's cool, man. I've really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah.
So, it's the first time I not publicly, but actually have spoken about it.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you could drop it on here, and you listen to the podcast, so this obviously will be up on Friday. Before we let you go, why don't you let everybody know out there who's listening to us on all the different platforms where they can find you on every social media, and we'll take it from there.
Well, yeah. Again, guys, thanks for having me on. I do enjoy the podcast a lot. I've checked you guys out for a long time, since even before this podcast and Lords of the Long Box. Great friends with the group of guys as well. Social media, I'm on Instagram, J2amir3z. I'm also on Soundcloud with the Two Stone for Pop Culture podcast, and live streams every Friday night with the Low Grades featuring my brother Panel Surfing. Other than that, I usually have my face in horror movies or comic books. So yeah, that's that, man. I don't give a fuck about subs, don't give a fuck about views, and I'm just a regular fucking. So thanks for having me on, man. It's been fun.
I'm definitely gonna check you out on SoundCloud this week. Definitely something, because again, I like listening to podcasts. I can't always watch everything, so perfect. When I'm at the gym or something or out doing lawn work, I'll be listening.
Well, we're fresh, we're new, we're still trying to.
Too, you got to start somewhere, and anybody out there who's listening right now, so definitely check out Two Stone for Pop Culture on SoundCloud.
And just I mean, not that we've got it down or anything, but you retool, man. You'll see as you guys get going, the stuff that you thought didn't work, the stuff that you think works better. It's an evolution type. You get better and better and better. So good luck, man. Well, definitely, I imagine I can see you coming on here again. Maybe we do one of our live shows. We'll have you on. You seem like a cool ass real dude. Like you said, I've known you in the community for a while, but this is like the first time I think we've ever really communicated. And it's definitely it's awesome, dude. This is cool.
Well, hey, man, anytime you guys throw out the invite, I'll be there. I love the channel, and as they say, the real recognize real, and the rest will fade away. So
for sure. And you're going to do something right now, right? You're recording something next?
Yeah, I'm actually, when I get off from here with you guys, the Team Nerd Herd is having their giveaway, and they invited me to come on, hang out with them, kind of share some of my not memorable experiences, but memorable moments from their podcast. Cool. On YouTube, which I'm excited about. Team Nerd Herd, Hood Rat Comics, and Hip Hop to Me. They're real good guys. So yeah, I'll be doing that next.
So check that out. Also, guys, you can see J2 Ramirez there on Team Nerd Herd. And yeah, man, thanks for coming on.
Thanks guys.
Man. Have a good one. Take care, man.
Later, bro.
Later.
So thanks for coming on, J2 Ramirez. That's Josh Ramirez from the Low Grades. You can also, like you said, find him on Too Stoned for Pop Culture on SoundCloud. Great having someone from the community come on. Great hearing other people's drama as well. And honestly, like before we started this episode, I didn't know how much about the drama. And wow, man, like I said, I got fired up. It resonated with me. So that was good. That was good. We might have to continue that conversation in the future.
Oh, definitely. Well, there'll definitely be a part 2 of that. So,
yeah,
we'll make sure we put all his links in the description so you can follow him on all the different social medias. I'm excited to check out this new podcast on SoundCloud. But let's kind of get into our news section for the remainder of this episode. What do we got there, Zach?
Yeah. So how about you start with this first one? You found some Walking Dead news?
Yeah, so if anybody out there has checked out The Walking Dead, of course, The Walking Dead has ended, but they did just drop a new upcoming, which is coming out next year, which is an original graphic novel from from Image Comics and Skybound Entertainment. It's going to be in the young age, so ages 12 plus, but it's coming out next year in July, and it focuses on a character known as Clementine. And if anybody has actually played the Walking Dead Telltale games, they know all about this character. So she actually was introduced in the Telltale games, the Walking Dead series, with Lee Everett. It went about 5 seasons, but this is her first comic book experience. So this is going to be something completely new to the Walking Dead universe, because really right now, all they're doing with Walking Dead is they're, doing the Walking Dead Deluxe, which they're recoloring and just going through it. So something new for all you Walking Dead fans out there. We hope that this maybe will bring some more limited series or mini series out, because a lot of people have kind of gotten off the Walking Dead TV series, which is coming to an end, and also the Walking Dead. What's the other one that's out there?
Oh yeah, Fear the Walking Dead.
Yes. So,
and there's supposed to be the movie with Grimes is supposed to come out soon.
Yeah. So hopefully that's dropping. But I think this is really interesting. I was a big fan of the Telltale games, especially the Batman one and the Walking Dead were definitely my 2 favorites of the Telltale game. So really interesting information right there. So what do we got next?
So this one's really exciting. I mean, this is kind of a nostalgia situation, but new news came out that Smallville star Tom Welling says he's working on an animated continuation of the CW series. So if you were as big as a Smallville fan as myself and Justin were, you know that it ended with season 10. They went on to do like a season. It was called Smallville season 11. It was more comic books continuing the story after Clark becomes Superman officially, and kind of went on. And even some of those books, I read a few of them, were pretty cool. But what's really awesome about this is that he's also talking about doing this with co-star Michael Rosenbaum, who played Lex Luthor in that. So there's not a lot of information about this, but an animated series. They're looking to get, as many original cast members back as possible. I severely doubt you'll be seeing Allison Mack back on this.
Chloe, yeah.
let me just shout out, if you haven't watched on oh man, I might butcher this.
Netflix.
I don't think it was Netflix. It was on HBO, I believe, and it was The Vow. The Vow, I think, is what it's called. Man, that thing was crazy about her little cult. Anyway, so let's not get too much on her, but if you watched any of the CW shows, we all know Welling reprised his role of Clark Kent for the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event, which was really cool. He didn't have powers at that time, but awesome to see him. Awesome to see everything about that Crisis on Infinite Earths. Just all the little shout outs and crossovers were really, really cool. So
I remember the comic too. Didn't they introduce like a Green Lantern?
They did, but I don't want to speak on it too much because I didn't read a ton of it. But yeah, I know they did do that. Yeah. So
yeah, I remember that. So
I would have liked to have read that a little bit.
Yeah, I think maybe I'll have to go back, and since with this news dropping, I may have to pick that up just to see the continuation, and then you'll see this continuation in an animated format, which is pretty awesome.
No word on when, and no word if it's going to show up on like HBO Max or whatnot, but we'll see. Hopefully we hear more about that here soon. So next up, right up your alley, we got some Transformers news.
Big news. I'm so excited to talk about this, man. So all over the internet, and this is coming from comicbookmovie.com, Transformers 7 is officially titled The Rise of the Beasts, which will introduce the Maximals, Predacons, and Terracons. So if you all don't know, the Predacons and Maximals were introduced in Beast Wars in the 90s, which is awesome. And of course, the Terracons are a combiner from the old school G1. But the director, Stephen Cappell, has revealed that the film will take place in 1994, so it won't overlap the other 6 installments, and will be primarily set in New York City, specifically Brooklyn. The action will also take place for the robots in disguise in Machu Picchu in Peru. So that's where I'm guessing where we're going to see the Maximals and the Predacons, because they were basically animals. Well, they were Transformers that turned into different animals. So they're talking about, of course, bringing back Optimus Prime. Peter Cullen will be voicing him. They'll be seeing him in a G1 style, whatchamacallit, G1 Optimus format. Bumblebee's going to be back, of course, in an off-road Camaro. They're bringing in Mirage, who was an awesome character in
Love
G1.
Mirage.
You got RC as a female, which is awesome.
Yeah.
You have a Terracon Nightbird, who actually switched allegiances, and he's a black and purple Nissan GTR, which is awesome. I love the Nissan GTR. If I could have any car, I would love that. They're also talking about villains. So you have Scourge as the main villain. He is a massive black and orange Decepticon who takes the symbols of victims and fuses them into his body as trophies. So almost like the Predator. But people have seen some concept art for Air Razor, who is a Falcon, Rhinox, and Optimus Primal. So I am super excited about this, man. I cannot wait for. I've been jonesing for a Transformers movie. I know this summer they are putting out the Transformers animated movie in 4K, and they've added and retouched it up a little bit. So from the people that did see it, really awesome, and I'm super excited for this movie.
So I don't know, and I might speak out of turn here or make myself sound dumb, which probably won't be a first or last. This is
Beast on the Transformers.
Please do. This is Beast Wars, right? This is, or it's a themed kind of Beast Wars. I never watched any kind of Transformers Beast Wars.
So for you, it's Transformers was in the 80s, and then the next generation of actual cartoons was Transformers Beast Wars, which took place on Earth, but it was like millions of years ago with like the cavemen. But they didn't realize that they were on Earth until like season 2 or season 3. Okay. So, but this is going to be taking in the 90s because Bumblebee was in the Bumblebee movie was in the 80s. So now they're moving forward 10 years. So we're going to get that 90s vibe. We're going to get those 90s music in there. So same
continuity as the
it's
previous
in the Bumblebee yes, it's still in the universe, so it's not something
Gotcha.
complete like so it's in the Bayverse, I guess.
Okay.
But yeah,
cool, man.
I'm really looking forward to this one. That just dropped some information this week.
Sweet. Okay, and then the last piece of news we got is it's a little short one, but kind of interesting. We got Miles Morales is going to get a new Spider-Man costume on his 10th anniversary, which is coming up here soon. So he gets a new costume evocative of Miles into the Spider-Verse look. You know, I see the look here. It's the red and the black colors, and it actually reminds me of when Ben Reilly came back, was the Scarlet Spider. It's very reminiscent of that.
Dude, I was exactly thinking that too. And I know you're not a Spider-Man fan just as much as I am. I know this is not a video podcast, but I guess describe the outfit.
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, the color scheme is like Ben Reilly's Scarlet Spider, but of course it has a Miles like a take on it. You got like a baggy kind of hoodie, or like looks like a turtleneck that he pulls up over his mouth. It's baggy.
Like
he's of course got the
kind of like a
jumpsuit,
maybe.
Yeah, definitely like that. And then of course he's got his kicks. You know, he's got his shoes, his sneakers that are for the youth. It's definitely looking pretty cool there. So yeah, man. I mean, always fun to update the costumes. Of course it always makes some people upset and makes some people happy, but it's a cool costume, dude. I mean, Miles leans into the youth, you know what I mean? As opposed to Spider-Man, we saw grow up, which you had to. But it definitely has that young appeal to the suit here. It looks cool, man.
Yeah, to think that it's 10 years he's been around. So September, what they're also doing is obviously with the 10th anniversary, other titles are having their own variants, and he's on the cover in different costumes themed for their cover. So like there's an Iron Fist, there's the Avengers, there's Shang-Chi, and all the different covers have him in different suits, but the real suit that he's going to be wearing in his series is obviously going to be in Miles Morales number 30.
Yep. Yeah, check that out. Miles Morales number 30, written by Saladin Ahmed, Phil Lord, Chris Miller, Kent Powers, and more. So variant cover by Sarah Pacelli. Cool, man.
She was the one who originally created him with Bendis.
When does this come out? Do we have a date on
September.
this? Doesn't look like it. September. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that it's exactly when it came out basically Ultimate Fallout 4 came out that August, September, because I remember it was like right at the same time that DC's New 52 was launching, because it completely went under the radar.
Wow. Damn, I didn't know that was I was reading all those titles at that time. That was when New 52 came out, was right when like Ultimate Fallout came out?
Yeah, Ultimate Fallout 4 came out August of 2011.
Cool.
I'm sure someone's going to correct me if I'm wrong, but...
Yeah, no, 2011's right. Yeah. Cool. Okay, so now we're going to round it out and get to... I don't know if this is my favorite portion of the show, but I definitely like this portion. Sometimes I think the drama is probably my favorite portion, the community. But we've been a little light on that. But now we're going to get into what we're currently reading. So I got some great picks, and I think you do too. You kind of told me offline you do. So why don't you go ahead and start?
Cool. So my first pick, I got 2 picks for this week. One's an older book, and one is a newer book that I think is going to be right up anybody's alley. And after, if I read this, I definitely want to have the writer on here. So my first pick is in the older book. So over the past week, Bat Cave Comics on Instagram, if you guys follow him, he always posts a lot of stuff of, he does his research, unlike other people who just say that the first appearance of this character is in this book. But I didn't know that Batman Beyond #2 is actually the first appearance of Terry McGinnis in costume. So Batman Beyond #1 only has him on the cover, but if you read Batman Beyond #1, so that's my series. I read the original run from Batman Beyond from 1999, 1 through 6. The first issue is because I wanted to see how it flowed from what had happened in the animation to what it was in the comics. And really only issues 1, 2, 3, and 6 are closely resembled to the animation. Issues 4 and 5 really don't flow at all. They're like, they don't really, nothing happened. The things that happen in the 2 issues they never show up in the animated form. But it's really interesting because all of issue 1, it's really old Bruce Wayne, being the original Batman, and then him growing old and him being in that Batman Beyond suit. And then you meet Terry McGinnis. So yes, Batman Beyond #1 is the first appearance of Terry McGinnis and first cover appearance of him, but he doesn't actually he doesn't get into the suit until Batman Beyond #2. And it's such an undervalued book because I just sold mine for like $40 this week, considering Batman #1s are like $1,000 and a 9.8.
Right. Isn't there some, and I don't want to butcher this because I'm not savvy on this one, but Batman Superman issue as well is considered like a...
Well, that's like later. That was like 2000. That's in continuity.
In continuity. Gotcha.
Yeah. But so originally reading the 1 through 6 series was really interesting because you get the first appearance of Blight, who is obviously the main villain throughout the most of the Batman animated series. And you get the first appearance of Ink, who was in issue 6, which she's a great character in the Batman Beyond series. So really nice to read that old school stuff. And I may even now continue reading if I can try to find the other issues for like the 2nd series and 3rd series. I really like the Batman Beyond stuff. I like seeing, older superheroes that are in that universe, because all it was is just like, 20 or 30 years down the line, Bruce is still alive, Superman's still around. But then there's other characters who showed up in the animated who were like sons of this superhero. And, basically like you had like Hawkman and you had another Green Lantern, and it was cool. So that's my one pick for my old stuff. But now my new pick, and this was something, and I want to thank Sam Quinton. So if anybody listened to last week's episode, we had Sam Quinton from Sonopa Publishing and Alexa Husen from 47 Furious Tales. So the name of the title is Boston Metaphysical Society. So, of course, I always like to read what it's about. So the year is 1895. Imagine an alternate steampunk history where ghosts and demons are a normal part of life. Families known as the Great Houses control the economy of the great states of America, and the middle class and the lower class Irish sole purpose is not to only serve them, but to rid their lives of supernatural beings. This is the story of an ex-Pinkerton detective, a spirit photographer, and a genius scientist who work together to battle these supernatural forces. They are the Boston Metaphysical Society. Wish them luck. They are going to need it. So, very interesting. The writer is Madeline Holly Rosing, who I definitely, after reading the full series, we're going to have her on here. It sounds really interesting. So I got to read the first issue. I can tell you it's out on Source Point Press. You can actually get the first issue for free if you go right on their website. You can actually download it via PDF. So what they do is they're typically a Kickstarter, but Source Point is actually put out, I believe it's now You can don't quote me on this, but I think it's 3 miniseries. Typically, it's about 5 issues. So I'm actually going to go out and buy the rest of the 5 issues. I'm going to buy it in a trade format. But it's really cool. Like I just read the synopsis. So you got these different characters who are basically, it's almost like a Ghostbusters in an olden time, in an olden time. And it's really interesting because the creators of, and you're going to like this, the creators of what's known as Beth, BETH, which is like this scientific organization. You have Alexander Graham Bell, Thomas Edison, Harry Houdini, and Nikolai Tesla.
Nice.
Dude,
cool.
How cool is that?
That
you have all these characters that are part of American history who created this, society for this like ghost hunting.
That's cool. It's almost got like a League of Extraordinary Gentlemen feel to it.
Yes,
a little bit. Yeah,
exactly. So, and the art is done by Emily Hugh. So again, I read the first issue, really intrigued by it. So I'm absolutely going to just go out and buy the trade and continue the series. And like I said, there are other 5-issue miniseries and limited series for this. And I know I believe they just started a Kickstarter for their newest one, if I'm not mistaken, but you can find it on Source Point Press. Again, the name of the comic is called Boston Metaphysical Society.
Sweet, man. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out for sure. So I got 2 and an honorable mention. My honorable mention is Stray Dogs #5 came out, and I don't know if you read that yet.
Yes,
you got to check it out, dude. Oh man, did you finish it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome, dude. It was so awesome. It was intense though, and I don't even want to talk about it because I don't want to ruin it. But if you haven't picked up Stray Dogs, last issue came out. You should go back and reread all 5 of them, which shouldn't take you very long. And they actually announced like a little spinoff series coming out here sometime soon as well. So yeah, check that out. My second pick and not my number one is I didn't surprised I was going to like this one. When I was looking at the list and what I was going to put out, I saw Gamma Flight #1 coming out, and I was like, do I want to pick this up? I think people will know better. I can't remember if I saw a 3-issue miniseries, maybe it's 5. It's just a little miniseries. I was like, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to get this one. I might just read it online. Then I saw Al Ewing is actually writing it. So it's tied in very close to the Immortal Hulk run. And I really, really liked this issue. I thought it was really fun. So if you haven't been reading Immortal Hulk, you're an idiot and you should be reading it. It's great. Gamma Flight is basically an offshoot of the Alpha Flight that was kind of working in space. And then they're basically a Gamma hit squad in the pages of Immortal Hulk. You got Puck from Alpha Flight. You got Titania, who we're going to see in She-Hulk. You have Absorbing Man, Carl Creel, and Doc Sasquatch, which is like a merge between Doc Samson and Sasquatch, which I won't give it away. Read Immortal Hulk, you'll know why. And then you also got Rick Jones and Del Fry, who are 2 characters as well from the Immortal Hulk, and like a newer character as well. Really cool hunting down Gamma freaks kind of thing. It's cool. Check it out. I thought it was really fun. Titania and Carl Creel kind of steal the show in that book, I feel like. It was awesome. So check that out. But then, man, my #1 pick, shout out to Hard Knocks Collectibles. He was right. Nice House on the Lake, #1. That shit was fire, dude. It was awesome. Written by James Tynion IV. It's like DC Black Label, so it's got that like horror theme. It definitely feels like Something is Killing the Children kind of vibe as well. We all know Tynion is crushing everything he touches right now. Someone on, I think Lords in the chat comment mentioned it had a Stand feel to it, which really intrigued me because I'm a big Stephen King fan. But so I don't want to give anything away. It does kind of like touch on like apocalypse type situations. So maybe that's what they meant by the Stand. Regardless, awesome first issue. Awesome. I mean, I remember reading it being like, you ever read those issues when you're like, holy crap, man, I'm already liking this and they're throwing a lot at me and I need to make sure I remember like the characters and everything because I'm already into this. That's what Die felt like. It was kind of like when I read this issue, I felt like the way I did when I first read Die. So anyway, I'm not going to belabor the point here, but check it out. Nice House on the Lake. James Tynion IV. Book is getting a little high priced right now. So if you can't pick it up, read it online or something. Do yourself a favor. It's awesome. And I think it's 3 or 5 issues. Not sure on that one either, but check it out.
I did buy it. I haven't read it on Hard Knocks.
Oh, you're going to love it, dude. You're going to love it.
Oh yeah. And that's what it is. That's why we do what are we currently reading is because people put out these titles and we find out titles that we either don't know about or maybe we should check out because everyone maybe does comic book reviews. You can go online and read their reviews, but you kind of hear like the you hear the enthusiasm in our voices. Like
You're
I'm
right.
telling you, you'll love the Boston Metaphysical Society. Like
Cool.
it's really cool. Like I know you like that old school stuff. The steampunk stuff was right up my alley. Ghost busting in, you know, old school history in American time. It's definitely, and it's like real life. Like ghosts are happening. So I'm really excited to continue it. And again, I have a Nice House on the Lake. I need to read it.
Yeah,
I just didn't read it for this week. So
yeah, it was a book that when it came out, I passed it up and I shouldn't have. I'm pissed I did, but I got it for a cheap price. So I'm good. I came back, but yeah, awesome. So yeah, everyone, that is our 25th episode, wrapping it up this week. Like always, this is dropping Friday morning, June 25th. It always seems pointless to tell you guys this because you're probably listening if you're hearing it, but you know, we're on Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Anchor FM. Obviously, you know that because you found us and you're currently listening to me. So that's all I got this week. Justin, how about you?
That's it. You know, shout out to everything. You know, Josh, J2 Ramirez for coming on this episode.
Yeah, for sure.
It was absolutely blessed. We'll definitely have him back on episode 25 in the books. Loved it. So much stuff to talk about, to, you know, decompress. And I definitely want to continue reading. Of course, check out Lords of the Long Box, Rewind. I am going to be on it tonight hosting the Shakers List. That's all I got. Thanks so much, Zach. It's been a great week.
Yep. We'll see you guys next week. Take it easy.
Peace out.